All right, guys, now let's go over indices. I took 2 trades. I was saying how we have to wait for development because there's nothing positional you can take at 930. There's really no established high up there, low up there that I really trust. Because of this decoupling, you see this asset's going lower, this asset's going higher, this is NQ, this is YM. So you really don't know what's going to happen here. We have a daily 2-stage, but we also have a daily PSP that it could make sense to go lower, right? So you just don't know. It's like if we're going to go higher, this SMT is going to hold the gap, but there's no reversal confirmation. And there's no established high of day either, so you can't short NQ because it's the current low of day. This over here, this SMT that you're seeing with the 6-hour gap or the 4-hour gap, I forgot what it was. It was created a long time ago. You just want to wait, bro, for 930. That's what I was saying. Now I give you 2 scenarios to short. The first one, ideally, is we either create a new high of day here, just a new high of day basically, and this was it right here, something like that, and you take out ideally this high delayed protraction. You have delayed protraction to long it. This is the scenario. So with this is what I'm talking about. This gap is like low probability. It got created a long time ago, but with YM expanding higher throughout the sessions, NQ going lower, that leaves ES consolidating. So this is the scenario. Scenario could low key be this asset breaking SMT. So it could be ES breaking the SMT. That's another scenario, guys. Scenario, right, to go higher. So we're just putting in scenarios for price to do. If they do it, then we act on it. If they don't, we don't do shit. No harm, no foul. So that's what we get here, right? And why am I longing RTY? So I've told you guys this before. When assets, so within this triad, right, we typically use YM, ES, and Q. And then we can use these two separate, kind of, right? But when NQ, ES, and RTY are expanding the same direction, and YM is going the opposite direction, typically YM is manipulating, typically. So I was using 930 reversal with this SMT break, right, at 930 as a confluence, right? Look at all these assets. Look at RTY right now. RTY was reversing. If you let it play out a little bit more, boom, reverses, creates a gap. So at this point, RTY, ES, NQ, all reversing the same direction with YM going lower. And I'm expecting YM to ideally hold this SMT. Hold this SMT, right? This is like, I was expecting a decoupling as a strength switch, right? This is in the course, where ES and NQ at the 930 are just expanding away from the key level in the higher time frame. But we would want, if we want an overall expansion move like this to continue through highs and stuff like that, we want YM to resync, which never happens, which leaves my runner very low probability to continue, right? Because if YM is not going to resync, then obviously the runner's not going to happen, right? So that's what I'm expecting, maybe at 10 o'clock for YM to resync. So it just never happened. So you can see it just kept going, kept going, kept going. And then RTY. So what I first partialed at, which is a really good partial, look at that, was this 4-hour gap, pretty much. The high in the side of the 4-hour gap, which is just EQ of this range here. That's what I ended up partialing at. And then you're going to see when I close the rest of the trade for like 1 hour or whatever the hell, what I was up here, yeah, maybe 1 hour, not even, was around this time, 11:20. That's when NQ broke the SMT with the current high of day, or we created a new high of day, so like delay protraction, not broke SMT, sorry. Delay protraction pretty much, and then V-shape lower. I was like, okay, well, we're cooked here. We're cooked on R2Y. So that's when I got out of R2Y. This is a eval trade. Again, pretty low risk as well, like because it's not that high probable in a sense. It kind of it's like okay, we're fading the 4-hour candle as well, this 4-hour large wick. So what I tell you guys to do into the first CST, typically for your stop loss low in the range. That's what we're doing. We're having a 930 confluence though, so that's great. But yeah, that's my main confluence, guys, is NQES R2Y going the same direction. I've talked about this before. Okay. But yeah, half TP here. I only went 2 contracts, half TP there, which is not a lot of risk. 2 contracts there. That locks in a trading day. I don't really give a shit what happens the rest. And then if YM resynced, you would probably see this overall high get tagged, which is on the daily time frame. But that didn't happen. So with YM breaking that SMT, guys, with YM breaking that SMT, right, that leaves this two-stage PSP, more likely to actually, hold to keep going low, right? Because there's no SMT fill here, right? There's no SMT fill here. Did I say break the two-stage PSP? I meant break the. I mean, technically it is at the lows, but basically break the SMT at the lows, right? Once it broke the SMT at the lows, I figured that we could at least get down here. I mean, just at least retrace back into the range and maybe get to the current low day, maybe. We got the nice V shape, so that's pretty much where I'm entering. I'm entering around here is my fill-ish area. Put my stop loss up there. And 2R for me is right here. So this is my first partial. Second partial down there, or final TP for around almost 4R. I almost got stopped out here on my trail. So as you can see, price retraces into EQ, into a gap. And then we CSD, so I can move my stop loss from 88 down to 44, so basically directly half. Then we got this CSD here. I can pretty much move it to either here or EQ the wick. I decided to EQ the wick, so now I only have a little bit of risk on, about 1/3 of my risk or something like that, or maybe even less. And then we got this CSD right here. That's when I go break even, guys. Right? Oh, looks up. Sorry, my fill is right here. Obviously, my fill is right here because I have an alert there. So that's my fill actually, and we're edging it right now, but I don't have high expectations right now. It's probably gonna hit it. It's all good. It is what it is, right? No harm, no foul. Break even, whatever. But yeah, those two ideas played out pretty nicely, and yeah, that's pretty much my day. Pretty good day overall. And yeah, catch you guys later.